Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today I just want to go into, this quick clip. It's from Venezuela. As we know, Venezuela's, currency, their paper currency is worthless, So I'm just going to play this clip and bring out a couple of scriptures. Lord willing, this lesson is that I find it straight to the point.
Miren, bebé. Ay, dolor, me volviste a dar. Qué lujo, qué lujo. Qué lujo.
And as you can see, in Venezuela, their currency out there, they pretty much have all their paper money in the street, Let's play it one more time.
Miren, bebé. Ay, dolor, me volviste a dar. Qué lujo, qué lujo. Qué lujo.
So I'm going to go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7 and verse 19. And it says, "They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity." And yes, that clip that I featured, over there in Venezuela, they have their paper money out in the streets, that's soon to come to America, because these other nations, they're pretty much, backing away from the U.S. dollar, to trade, to trade with, their own currency or, their digital currency that they're coming up with, but ultimately, the it's like the elites of the nation of Edom, the elites, ultimately that's their plan to collapse, the U.S. dollar, because they know that real money is actually silver and gold, that's actual money. Being able to trade silver and gold, these FRNs are worthless. So I'm going to go to the book of James. James chapter 5, and I'm going to start at verse 1, and it says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and that the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the laborers of Slakia, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is kept, Slakia, which is of you, kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts, as in a day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you." And yes, the elites, they have, the world's wealth, they have all the gold. They've heaped treasure together for themselves, because, we're in the last days, We're in that time where these things are going to happen, these great miseries that are going to come upon this earth, We're living in those times. But ultimately, the crash of the dollar is going to lead to, the market beast. So there's the book of Isaiah, chapter 36, and verse 6, and it says, Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. Yes, and to all of the people that ultimately trust in this man, that trust in Esau, Edom, and trust in his beast system, ultimately, they're going to get a tiny device, implanted in their hands or in their foreheads, that device being, the RFID, micro CHIP, and that's what's going to go into their hands. And I'm going to end it on this. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 16, and it says, And he shall slacky, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And yes, ultimately, the clip that I featured, that's just a foreshadowing of what's going to take place in America, because you have these other countries around the world, where their system ultimately collapsed, due to hyperinflation or their currency being weak, ultimately. So, they have to find other means to survive, but ultimately that's what everyone is going to be faced with, Let's bring out this one more scripture and then I'm going to end it. Because this is the time that we're coming into. That's the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10, and it says, Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. And yes, that device being implemented and made mandatory, all over the earth, it's going to try everybody. Everyone on this earth is going to be tried. Everyone is going to be faced with that choice to either get this man's mark or be put to death, But the elect of the nation of Israel will be saved. They will be delivered. They will resist this man's mark. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.